Hi, people. Today I want to talk to you about Friday weddings. Is that a thing? Yes, it is. But that's not a real wedding. Yes, it is. Just as is a Saturday, a Sunday, a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday wedding. Every day you have a wedding, it's a real wedding. Doesn't matter the day. Many people think it needs to be a Saturday, but it really doesn't. So one of the upsides, the biggest upside on making it a Friday wedding is availability. Simple as that. The venue is going to be more like your dream venue, your number one choice is going to be more likely to be available on a Friday. And the same goes for all the other vendors, photographers, the florist, the makeup artist, the hairdressers. Everybody is going to be more likely to be available on a Friday. So that means it's more likely that you get your number one choice in all the vendors if you choose to go with a Friday wedding. So that's a big upside. And if you get it on a Friday, you have the Thursday to go get ready, to go do the decor yourself if you want to do that. Whereas if you have a Saturday wedding, you can't always get in on Fridays to do the decor. So that is an added bonus. A lot of the things I hear, the concerns, there are mainly two big concerns. And the big one, is what about the guests? If we do it on a Friday, can we expect the guests to come? And my experience, yes. I've shot quite a lot of Friday weddings now, and I think I've only ever heard of one that stated Friday as a reason. One guest at one of these weddings that said they wouldn't come because it's a Friday. And I mean, if it's people you love, then they're gonna take a day off. Or maybe just half a day. Because that's the other thing. You can plan your timeline. You don't need to have a full day. And even if it's a Saturday, it can be a good thing to be very careful about planning your timeline. You can look at my website. I talk about timelines there. If you go on a Friday and you have a late ceremony, perhaps 3 o'clock, then your guests can all come. Some will have to take a day off, some will have to take half a day off, and some won't even have to do that because they can make it till 3 o'clock. And that's enough time. It is. That's enough time to have the wedding ceremony, to have the cocktail hour, to have some portraits made, and then to go for dinner, have the speeches, have the dance, have the cake, and then party on. It really is. And it means that you have the majority of the Friday to relax and enjoy, maybe with your bridesmaids, if you have those, your groomsmen, to get dressed and go out, have a brunch, really spend the time on the day, soak it in, really just enjoy it. So plan your timeline carefully. The guests can come, it's not a problem. But what about the church, and what about the priest, the registers? It's not a problem. I know a priest, so I spoke to her. I wanted to be sure, and she was like, "That is not a problem. The church is always open. You can get married in church on a Friday. Not a problem." In some churches, it might be the priest's day off, so you have to ask around, but it can be done. And most priests are gonna love coming out to you if you have a ceremony at your place. And the same goes for registers. I'm just going to briefly touch on the possibility of breaking up your ceremony, splitting it up, because you can read more about that on my website. But you can have the legal ceremony, the legal ritual done in advance. You can have that done days before if you want to, or early in the day. And then you can have the commitment ceremony when all the guests are there. And the commitment ceremony is the one we all know, just without legal stuff. But it's the one where you commit to each other. So that's but you can read more about that on my website. So the guests can be there, the priests can be there, the registers can be there, and you have much more availability. And maybe in some cases you can even save a buck or two. So all in all, Friday weddings is a really good solution. I really like Friday weddings. Yeah, you can read more about it on my website. And if you have any questions, want some inspiration, just DM me. I answer every message I get. So take care out there. Be safe. Wash your hands.